Hello everyone, welcome back. You're watching the Data Labs. My name is Dilip. In this tutorial, we are going to learn how to create data entry application in MS Excel and MS Access database. So here we are going to utilize MS Excel as a front end of that application, and MS Access will work as a backend. It means database for that application. It means uh, once you complete the coding, you do not need to worry about whether MS Access is available on a particular system or not. You just need to create this form as well as database, and you just need to put the database at shared drive and distribute the Excel file that will be the front end of that application, and ask each and every team member to transfer the data with the help of a form which is available in MS Excel file. And once every user will start working on that, they can transfer the data simultaneously. It means you do not need to worry about the issue which is related with the shareable environment or network issue. So everything will be managed by Excel and MS Access as well. Okay, and also we will write the code in such a simple way that you can implement all those code in your project, and you can design a different data entry form with the help of coding which we are going to learn, right? So let's move to the folder where we are just going to create this application. So let me show you the support file which we are going to utilize in this application. So I have provided the link of support files as well as the demo file in the description box. Just refer the link and download the support files and the demo files so that you can design and develop your data entry application without facing any issues, right? So let's open the support files and see which type of support files we are going to utilize. So basically the first one is calendar.gif. It means this is the icon which we are going to utilize for calendar, so that user will click on this particular calendar icon and calendar will appear. And this is my calendar FRM. It means we have already developed the my calendar custom calendar control, and we just need to import this particular calendar in our data entry application and start utilizing that. This is fully dynamic calendar. You do not need to worry about the compatibility issue. It will work on every version of MS Excel as well as the Windows. And the third one is the notepad file where I have mentioned some strings. So let me open that. And this particular string, like a regulatory expression pattern, we will be utilizing to validate the email ID, right? And the second and the most important thing is the connection string. So I have already created the connection strings for database. Okay, so this is a dynamic connection string, so we will be utilizing this connection strings while designing this application. So once you think that okay, you do not need to use the dynamic connection strings, you just need to use the fixed connection strings, right? So just replace this entire coding, whatever these lines of coding will be available in our application. Just replace or maybe delete this code and replace from dim this variable to till endif. Okay, and here you can see that this is the variable s file path as a string. So you just need to give the entire path along with the database name, right, to this variable, and just use this variable s file path over here, as you can see that. And it's a very simple. You just need to replace this path with your own path, then copy the code and replace this old code, and that will start working without any issues, right? So let me minimize this and let's go back. So here we need to create the MS Access database file as well as the Excel file. So let's open the MS Access application and just go back to the folder where we just want to save this file, the database. Basically just copy the path and again come back to the MS Access. Just double click on blank database and press Ctrl S. Just give the name as TBLEMP, right, and click on OK, and then click on File, Save As, and Access Database. This one, just double click on that. Yes, and give the path over here. Click on save, and the name would be database. So database.accdb, save. Okay, and click on enable content. Now you can see that there is a table TBL employee is available. Just right click on that, click on design view, this one, and here there is only one column, that is ID. Let's start creating the column header as well as the data type. So first column would be employee name, and the data type would be short text, and then date of birth, and this one the data type would be date and time. Let's give the full form, date of birth, right? And then gender, again this would be short text. Qualification, again short text. Mobile number, short text. Okay, and email ID, keep it as short text, and address, short text, and again submitted by, let's short text, and submitted on. Okay, and this would be date and time. Press Ctrl S to save this table. Okay, let it be open so that we can copy the column name while doing the coding. So let's minimize this database application, and let's open the Excel file. And let's double click on blank workbook. Press Ctrl S, and again go back to the same folder where we have saved the database file. Just copy the path, again come to Excel file, just give the path over here, click on save, and enter the name, that would be data entry application in Excel and Access. Okay, and the save as type would be XLSM because we are going to write macro. Just click on save. Now go to view and remove the grid lines and rename the sheet 1 to home. Okay, launch form. Okay, again just select this, go to home tab, center align, middle align, and just increase the font size to 16, maybe a little bit more. I think 30. Yeah, this looks good. So 32. So the home part is done. Let's move to the developer tab and click on Visual Basic application, and now you can see that we are on Microsoft Visual Basic for application window. So first of all, let's design the user form. So to insert a user form, just go to the insert menu and click on user form. Okay, and now just move the toolbox here, and let's insert all those controls and set the properties of user form. So first of all, let's select this, increase the height of properties window. Okay, and just select the form, user form, and give the name as FRM data entry. FRM data entry, and the caption would be data entry application. Okay, and the height should be 400, so let's set the height, and the width should be 420. Okay, and now let's select the background color. That background color would be white. So here you can see that the back color, just select it and go to the palette and select the white. Now press Ctrl S to save this. Let's add the required controls over here. So first of all, we need to add a label over here. So just select the label, this one, and draw the label starting from this corner to this corner. Okay, and just go to the properties window and just select the label color should be maybe a system highlight. Okay, and the caption would be employee registration form. Okay, and the font, select the font here and select the size to 12 may, and fore color that should be white, and set the alignment, text alignment, that should be middle line, center alignment. Okay, I think we should increase the font size a little bit more, so let's go again to font, and the side let's select the size, and that should be 18. Okay, let's adjust the width height of this label. It looks good. Okay, great. Just press Ctrl S to save the changes. So now we need to add the label for name, date of birth, gender, qualification, a mobile number, email ID, and address. So let's quickly add all those labels. So select this label and draw this label over here. Okay, and just copy this label and paste it over here again. This should be for date of birth. Again press Ctrl V, and this would be for gender. Ctrl V, and this should be for qualification. Ctrl V, and this is for mobile number. Okay, and this is for email ID, and this is for address. Okay, let's select this all this label, go to format, align, left, and again click on format and make a same size both. Again click on format, and the vertical spacing, that should be equal. Okay, so now you can see that the space among each and every a label has been equally distributed. Okay, press Ctrl S to save the changes. Now we need to add text box. So let's click on text box over here and just click here and just drag this text box and height a little bit height. Yeah, so just select this. I think this height should be 20. That should be sufficient, right? Just copy this text box and replicate this for date of birth, and the width should be little bit shorter because we need to place a icon for calendar icon, right? Again just copy this label and replicate this for mobile number. So here we need to keep the mobile number, and again press Ctrl V to replicate the same text box for email ID. Okay, and just press Ctrl V and replicate the text box for address. Increase the height of address. Okay, that's great. A little bit more. Okay, now for gender we need to consider the option button. So let's select the option button over here and draw it option button for female. Just minimize this and again copy this option button and paste over here, and this would be for male, and this is for the space is pending for qualification. So we are going to consider combo box for qualification. So let's select the combo box. So that's here, combo box, and click over here. Okay, and drag this and increase the height. Height should be 20. That's great. Align this. Okay, make this alignment a little bit. Yeah, just select all those controls and deselect the option, the second option. Go to format, then align and left, and again the format and vertical spacing make equal. So let's insert two command button over here. One is for submit and the second one is for reset. Just click on command button, and here this would be for submit. Control C and press Control V to replicate the same command button for reset. Okay, so we have done with each and every controls, and the only pending control is the icon. So let's select the image over here and click over here, right, and go to the properties window and set the height, that would be 24, and width, that should be 24. Okay, and select this image control and just go to the properties window and select the border style, and that would be none border, and picture, select the picture here and select this calendar.gif, which is available in support files. So just click over here, and that's it. And the picture size mode should be stretch. Okay, and the back color would be white. So let's set all those properties. So first of all, let's change the label, caption of each and every label. Let's select the first label, and the caption would be employee name. Okay, and the second caption would be date of birth, and the third would be gender, and this is for qualification, and this is for mobile number. Okay, email ID, and the last one is for address. Okay, so done. So we have changed the caption for each and every label. Just select a text box and go to the properties window, and then this is for employee name, so the name would be txt name, and the border color should be like select the border style, that should be 1, and the border color should be, let's select this one, maybe this one, right. So let's select the date of birth again, and the name would be txt dob, and here border style should be one style, this one single, and the border color, so let's select the border color, the same color which we have selected for employee name. Okay, and now let's change the name of option button 1, so that would be opt female. Okay, and the caption should be female, and select this option button 2. So just change the name OPT option mail, and the caption should be mail. Okay, now let's select the qualification, the combo box, and the name should be CMD qualification, and the border style should be the single line border, and the color should be palette, and this one. Again select the mobile number, the text box, and here txt mobile, and again change the border style, that is 1 here, and border color, that should be this one. Again select the email ID text box and change the name txt email, and the border style should be single, and back color should be palette, and this one. Okay, and let's select the address, the text box for address, go to properties and txt address, and here border style should be single, and border color should be again palette, this one. Okay, now select the command button, so this one, go to properties window and set the name, that is CMD submit. Okay, and caption should be SUBMIT submit, and the accelerator key would be S, and the back color should be, let's select the back color, maybe this one. Okay, and the font, so font size should be 12. Okay, now select the command button 2, that is for reset. Here change the name CMD RESET, and caption RESET, and give the accelerator key, that is R, and font size should be 12. Click on OK, and the back color, select the palette, and here back color, this one. So I think the font size is a little bit big, so let's select this, both the control and font size should be maybe 10. Click on OK. Now it's looking good. So now we have successfully set all those properties. Let's set the tab order for each and every control. So just select this one, txt a name, and in properties window just go to the tab here, and the tab index should be for 1. Select this one, date of birth, tab index should be 2. Again select the female, tab index should be 3. Male, tab index should be 4. Yes, and qualification, the tab index should be 5. Mobile number 6. Email ID 7. Tab index for address should be 8, and for submit that would be 9, and here 10. Okay, press Ctrl S. So now we have set the tab order for each and every control box. Press Ctrl S. So now designing a form is done. Let's import the custom calendar. So just right click on this form, let's decrease the height of properties window, right click on form and import file. Okay, and in import file you just need to select the mycalendar.frm, which is available in support file folder, right? Just select this, open. Now you can see that this is the custom calendar, which is totally dynamic. So let's move to FRM data entry form here, and first of all let's complete the coding for date of birth, because we just need to utilize this my calendar. This is the custom calendar. Let's select the date of birth DOB, this text box, and lock this text box so that user will not be able to make the entry manually, right? So let's select this, and here you can find the lock which is false, so just select true. Now it has been locked, so user will not be able to enter any details manually. User will have to select this enter the details with the help of this icon or double click on this particular text box. Okay, so before clicking on that the text box, let's change the name of this. I think we have forgot to change the name of this particular calendar icon, so that should be IMGCALENDAR. Okay, and let's assign the code on double click events. You just double click on the date of birth text box, and here you can see that it's by default it's showing txt dob underscore change, but we need to write the code on double click events. So let's select the double click and delete this code. Okay, and just create some room over here. So let's start writing the code. Application dot screen updating is equal to false. Let's declare a variable to store the date which has been selected by user. So let's deem as date as string. Okay, and on error resume next, and let's assign the selected date to the sdate variable. So let's sdate and equal to my calendar, that is the name of this particular form, the calendar form, dot date picker. This is the function which I have already created in this my calendar form. You can check the code which is available on this form, right? And here me dot txt dob. Okay, and let's assign this variable to me dot txt dob. So me dot txt dob dot value is equal to format, and we just need to format because this is the simple date, and we need to make it ddmmmyyyy, right? So let's pass s date, and here the format would be dd and mmmyyyy. Okay, right, and let's release the error. So on error go to 0, and application dot screen updating is equal to true. So this is all about the coding on double click on txt dob. Just copy this entire code. Okay, and go to the form frm data entry. Just double click on this particular image control icon. So double click on that, and here just create some room over here and just paste the code. Okay, and just make the correct alignment. So now we can see that the code has been successfully created for calendar control basically. So just move to the frm data entry. Let's run this form and double click on the text box, select any of the date. Now you can see that it has started showing the date. Maybe you can click over here on the calendar, change the calendar date. Okay, so it is working in both way. You can either double click on this text box or you can click on this icon. So let's close this. Okay, so let's start the other coding. So first of all we need to insert a module. So just go to insert menu and click on module, and in module window let's start writing the coding. So first of all we need to write the code to reset the form. So basically this we will write a sub procedure over here, so that we will utilize this procedure to reset the form as well as to initialize the form. Okay, so let's start writing sub reset underscore form. Okay, and create some room over here, and because we are going to utilize this frm data entry form to reset the controls, so let's start with block with frm data entry. and end with. Let's remove the unwanted space over here. Again, on top of that, let's start writing all the code within with block, right? So first of all, let's reset the txt name dot value, that should be blank, and again txt name dot back color should be vv white. Okay, so this is for text box. Again txt dob dot value is equal to blank, txt dob dot back color is equal to vv white. This is for date of birth, and txt dot txt and mobile dot value is equal to blank dot txt mobile dot back color is equal to vv white, right? And let's enter the code for email id. So txt email dot value is equal to blank, txt email dot back color is equal to v white. Okay, let's add the code for address. So txt address dot value is equal to blank dot txt address dot back color is equal to vv white. So we have written the code to reset and assign the default back color to each and every text box. Let's write the code for option button. So to opt female dot value is equal to false, and opt male dot value is equal to false. Okay, now the pending part is, the pending control is basically the combo box. So let's start writing the code to reset the combo box as well. So let's create some space over here, cmb. So this is for combo box qualification dot clear. So first of all, we need to clear whatever the items which are available in the combo box, right? And then we need to start writing the code to add add all those elements to that combo box. So let's start cmb qualification dot back color is equal to vv white. And now let's start writing the code to add the elements. So cmb qualification dot add item, and I'm going to consider the qualification that is starting from 10 plus 2, and just copy this code, this entire code, replicate this for graduation, this is for master degree, this is for maybe PhD. So let's then PhD. Okay, so if you want to add more degrees, then you can add. So as of now I am considering only these 4 types of qualification. Now delete this unwanted space. So you can see that the reset form is done. Let's press Ctrl S to save the changes, go to debug and click on compile VBA. Now you can see that there is no compile error. Okay, let's add a function to validate the email ID. So basically user will enter email ID, and this function will validate whether the email ID provided by user is correct or not. Okay, so that will be we will just check the structure. We will not validate whether that email ID is available on Gmail or any other email application. We will just verify the pattern of email ID, right? Let's write the code. Function valid email, and here we will pass a parameter that will be email as string, okay, as boolean. Let's write the code. So let's declare a variable. So dim OREGEX as object, okay, and set OREGEX is equal to, let's create an object for regulatory expression, and that would be VV script dot regex, close the bracket. Now let's start with regex and here end with. Okay, let's remove the unwanted space over here. Let's create some room so that we can enter the code, and here we need to write the code dot pattern pattern is equal to, so we need to pass the pattern over here. So we have already created the pattern. Let's move to the support file and the notepad file, and here you can see that this is the pattern which we need to use. Just copy this code and double click on that and paste it. Okay, just, and here valid email is equal to .test test, and we need to consider this variable the email. Okay, so basically it will test this application, the email, whatever the text value it will provided by user as a parameter, and if it will find the pattern which we have provided, and if everything will be okay, then it will pass valid email as a true, otherwise it will pass valid email is equal to false. Okay, remove this space, just come out from with and end with block and set regex is equal to nothing. So this is all about to validate the email ID. Just debug, compile. You can see that there is no compile error. So valid email ID function is done. Let's start writing a code to validate other entries. Okay, so let's put a comment over here, function to validate the data entered by user. Okay, let's move. Okay, let's start writing the code. So that will be function valid entry as boolean. Okay, so let's initialize the valid entry with true. Valid entry is equal to true. Now let's start writing with block. So with frm data entry, and here end with. Let's remove the space. So we need to write all the codes within this block, like with and end with block. Okay, so first of all we will assign the default color to all those controls which are available on frm data entry. So let's put comment on default color, and again let's start writing. So .txt name dot back color is equal to vv white. vv white, and the pending part is the combo box dot cmb dot back color is equal to vv white. So it's all about the color. So let's start validating the controls, the input provided by user. So let's if trim dot txt name dot value is equal to blank, then and if. Here we need to pass the code. So if name would be blank, then we just need to prompt a message to user that name is blank, please enter a correct name in text box. So msg box name is blank, please enter a correct name. Okay, here vv okay only plus vv information and blank Okay, let's decrease the width of the properties windows and project explorer as well, so that you can see the code. And now we need to assign change the back color. So .txt name dot back color is equal to vv red dot txt name dot set focus, and the valid this one valid entry would be false, and exit function. So this is done for employee name. Let's copy this employee name on the code, entire code, and just paste over it here and validating dob. Okay, and here trim just need to txt dob is blank, please enter it correct, enter dob. Okay, and here just copy this text dob, this one paste this one, that's it. Now it's done. Let's write the code to validate the gender. So validating gender. Okay, and if dot opt female dot value is equal to false, and dot opt male and dot value is equal to false, then and if. Okay, so suppose user has not selected either female or male, so in that case we will have to prompt a message to user that you need to select any of the gender, either you need to select female or male. So let's copy the entire code which is available here and just paste over here. Just remove the back color because we can't change the back color of option button, as well as we can't set the focus, right? And here we just need to pass the message please select a gender, that's it. So validating gender is done. Let's validate the qualification. So to validate the qualification, let's copy this code which is for date of birth and paste over here, and change the comment validating dob to qualification, and here cmb qualification dot, so here combo box qualification dot value is equal to blank, so it means user has not selected any of the qualification from drop down. So in that case we need to prompt a message that you just need to select a qualification. So here just pass a message please select qualification from drop down. Okay, and just copy this cmb qualification. We just need to change the back color of that, so again, and we need to focus, make it focus, that's it. Let's validate the mobile number. So basically the validation of mobile number is a little bit tricky. Here we need to check whether the mobile number has been provided is blank or not, whether the length of mobile number is less than 10 or not, right, and whether it's a numeric. So if any of the condition will be false, then we just need to prompt a message that invalid mobile number has been provided, please enter correct mobile number, right? So again here we are just checking the structure of mobile number. We are not focusing whether this mobile number exists or not, right? So validating mobile number, let's move, and okay, here if stream.txt mobile dot value is equal to blank, or length of txt mobile dot value is less than 10, or not is numeric txt mobile dot value then and if. Okay, so it means if mobile number is blank, or mobile number, the number which has been provided, the total length is less than 10, or if the value which has been provided is not a numeric, then we will have to prompt a message, and the message would be box please enter a valid mobile number. Okay, and vv okay plus vv information, and here invalid mobile. Now we need to change the back color of mobile number, mobile text box, basically the .txt mobile dot back color is equal to vv red, and we need to set the focus .txt mobile dot set focus. Okay, and valid entry should be false, and now we need to come out from this particular function, that would be exit function. Okay, so this is all about the validating mobile number. Let's write the code to validate email id. Okay, to validate the email id, just copy this code, the validating qualification, and just paste over here and change the comment validating qualification, replace the qualification with email id. Okay, and as you know that we have already created a function to validate the email id, so let's replace the entire code here and use the function that is valid email. So valid email, and here we need to pass a parameter. Let's move to the module, like on top of that, here you can see that this is the code, the function. Just, I think we have considered the correct spelling, and we need to pass a parameter that is the email id. So .txt mail email dot value. Okay, and if the output would be, the output of valid email would be false, so that's equal to false, then we need to prompt a message stating that please enter a valid email id, right? So please enter a valid email id. Okay, and here in valid email id, and let's copy this txt email id. We just need to change the back color of email id as well, and we need to set the focus to this one. Okay, so this is done for email id. Let's start validating the address. So just move and copy any of the line of the code, maybe this one, the date of birth. Just copy the code, come to the bottom, just paste over here, and validating address. Okay, now we need to replace the txt dob with txt address. So txt address, just copy this and replace txt dob with txt address, and here address is blank, please enter a valid address. Okay, blank txt address, back color, that's it. Just remove the unwanted space because we have done the validation for each and every control. Just go to debug and compile. Okay, so I think we have missed to write here equal sign. Just go to debug, compile again. That should be a vv white. I think everything is done. We have done a lot of mistakes. This link should be trim. Here trim again, trim, that's done, trim. Okay, debug, compile, done. So validation is done. Let's move to the form. So now we have done the coding with validation. Let's go to module 1 and start writing the code to transfer the data from this particular data entry form to MS Access database, this one, right? So let's move to Excel and let's start writing coding. So before adding the code, let's add a reference to of active database object. So just go to the tools and reference, and in reference window just select ADO, Microsoft ADO. Just go press M, and now just find out the Microsoft active X data object. Okay, so you can see that there are a lot of active X data objects. So here I am considering 6.1. So suppose this particular maybe whenever you run this application and if you get any error for reference, then just go to your tools menu and again select the reference and find out whether 6.1 is available or not. If 6.1 is not available, then just select the higher version, because maybe if 6.1 is not there, then that would be 2.8. so here I am selecting 6.1 and click on OK. Now we have added the required library, that is Microsoft ActiveX data object 6.1, and that would be required to make a connection between the MS Access file and the Access file. Okay, so let's start writing code. So let's put a comment over here, sub procedure to transfer the data from user form to database. Okay, let's decrease the size, the width of properties window and project explorer basically, and let's write the code. So the sub procedure name would be submit underscore data. Let's create room, let's okay, great. So first of all, let's start coding with on error. So on error, go to error handler. So let's start writing the code. So application dot enable cancel key is equal to Excel disabled, right? Okay, application dot display alert is equal to false, application dot screen updating is equal to false, right? Let's declare a variable for ADO-DB connection. So dim and dim new connection, that is new connection as new ADO-DB dot sleep connection. Okay, let's declare a record set variable. So dim and record set as new ADO-DB dot record set. Okay, and let's declare a variable for SQL statement. So dim SQL query as a string. So we will utilize this particular variable to write the query, and then we will use this particular variable to execute or to open the record set, right? Let's write the code for connection strings. So as I already told you that we have already created the connection string which is available in our notepad. So as I'm going to copy this connection string, this one, the dynamic path. So just copy this and paste over here. Okay, so this is all totally dynamic. If you think that you just need to make it static, it means you are just going to use fixed path, then you can use this particular text connection strings. So let it be the dynamic, this one, yeah, that's it. Now let's write the code for SQL query. So SQL query is equal to, we just need to write the SQL query in inverted commas. So select star from, let's move to the database, and here the table name is tbl underscore tbl emp. So tbl emp. Okay, that is very simple code. Let's move, and now we need to open the record set and pass and the different parameters which is required for record set. So let's put a comment, open the record set. So as we have already declared the variable for the record set, so let's copy this variable and record set and paste over here and press dot open, and we need to provide the source source, and the source would be SQL query comma. So basically this would be the source, select star from table, and active connection. So active connection would be n connection basically. So we have already opened the connection, so we are going to utilize n connection for this particular record set. So n connection. Okay, and now we need to set the cursor type. So the cursor type should be let's see, cursor type, this one, cursor cursor type colon equal to, and the cursor type would be open key set, basically this one. Okay, comma, and the last part is log type, this one here, this one. So let's log type is equal to, and the log type would be adlog optimistic. Okay, so this is the coding to open the record set, and it requires a source, that is SQL query, which we have already written, active connection, that is new connection which we have already opened with the help of the connection strings, cursor type that would be ad open key set, and log type that would be ad log optimistic. Okay, now let's start with this record set. So with an record set and end with. Okay, let's write the code within this block. So first of all, we are going to enter the details in database, so add new, and let's start with fields dot file. So fields open bracket close bracket is equal to, and let's keep it blank. Just copy this, just move to the database first, and here you can see that, so there are 10 columns. One is auto number, so we do not need to update that column, so we have 9 columns over here, right? So let's move to the Excel and just copy this code and replicate 9 times basically. Okay, and now we need to pass each and every column name as a parameter for fields. So let's move to the MS Access, copy this employee name. I'm just copying this column name from here because I just do not want to make any mistake. Okay, so whatever the spelling is available for this column is here, we need to consider the same spelling over there. So let's copy this, this is the best idea, and just paste over here. Again, just move to DOB, copy this, and this is for DOB. So gender, and again let's gender, press Ctrl S, and this is for qualification, and this is for mobile number. So let's paste this mobile number in inverted commas. Now let's copy the email ID, put the inverted commas and paste it. Now it's address, this is for address. Okay, and this is submitted by, let's submitted by, and let's select copy the submitted on the last column. Okay, so now we have copied all those columns like employee name, date of birth to submitted on. Okay, now we need to give the reference of each and every controls of the form. Basically we need to refer the form controls. So first of all, that would be frm form dot frm data entry, basically data entry dot txt name dot value. Okay, for date of birth again frm data entry dot txt dov dot value. Okay, gender would be we need to write the code, so that would be double if and frm data entry dot opt female dot value is equal to true, then that would be female, otherwise it would be male. Okay, and the qualification, so frm data entry dot cmb qualification dot value, and the mobile number, so frm data entry dot cmb, not cmb, basically txt mobile number, mobile dot value. Okay, and for email id frm data entry dot txt email id dot value. Okay, and for address frm data entry dot txt address dot value. Okay, so these are the controls which are coming from this particular frm data entry, and we need to give the username, so that's environ environ. So we are using environment, so we need to pass username over here, username. Okay, and here we need to pass the date and time, so now that's it. Okay, let's write the code dot update, and now we need to close this record set. So after updating we just need to close the end record set, so dot close, so not clone, basically it's close, I'm sorry. Okay, now we need to close this one, the connection, so let's copy this connection dot close. Okay, and let's enable all the events whatever we have made false over here. So let's copy the entire code and paste over here and make it. Okay, and application dot display alert should be true, and application dot screen updating should be again true. And then let's write the code exit sub. Now we need to give the label over here, so error handler, and if any of the error would occur, then it will directly jump from that particular line of code to this code, and it will prompt a message msg box error dot description ampersand, let's blank space and ampersand error dot number vv okay plus vv critical here database error. Okay, now let's copy this code connection dot close, and this again, this copy in the entire code, maybe this one last one that is not required anymore, just delete this. Okay, and just paste over here. So the code for submit data is done. Let's click on debug and compile. Now we can see that there is no compiler error. So the coding for submit, validating, valid email ID, and reset form is done. Let's move to the FRM data entry and assign each and every code on click events of submit and reset button. Okay, so let's double click on submit. Okay, and let's create some room over here. So first of all, we need to get confirmation from user whether user is willing to transfer the data or not. Maybe user will accidentally click on submit, and in that case we need to take confirmation from user. If user will no, uh, select yes, then we will proceed with the code, otherwise we will discard the coding. Okay, so let's declare dim I as baby message box result. Okay, and here I is equal to box. Do you want to transfer the data? Okay, and the option would be vv yes no, plus as we are asking the question, so icon should be vv question and tra transfer confirmation. Okay, and close the bracket. If I would be vv no, then exits out, so it means we do not need to proceed with the rest of the code. And if user will select yes, then we need to validate the entry which has been done by user. So as we have already created the valid entry function, so let's utilize that. So if valid entry is equal to true, then end if. Okay, so if everything will be valid, okay, then we need to call submit underscore data, this procedure. So this is done. Let's copy this code, entire code here. Just go to the form and double click on reset and create room over here. Just paste this code. Okay, and here we just need to change the confirmation message. Do you want to reset the form? And here reset. Okay, if we then done, we do not need to validate anything here, and we just need to call reset underscore form directly. So we have successfully assigned the code on cmd submit, click and reset. Okay, so let's move to Excel file and let me show you. Now we need to add a code on this particular button, so that whenever user will click on launch form, the data entry user form will get loaded to memory. So let's go to the Visual Basic again and go to module 1 and go to the bottom and add a code. So that would be very simple code. So let's put a comment, code to show the form, and sub show underscore form, here frm data entry dot show. So very simple code. Okay, let's debug. Okay, so let's initialize this form with a reset function. So just double click on this form and select the events here as initialize, and just delete this underscore click. And on form initialize, we just need to call the reset function. That would be call reset underscore form. Okay, that's it. And let's go to module. I think we need to call the reset function on submit data as well. So here after closing the connection, we just need to call the reset. So call reset underscore form. Okay, let's give the comment reset the form. Okay, so I think it has been done. Okay, so all of the coding is done. Let's click on debug. and compile. So there is no compiler error. Let's move to Excel and let's assign the macro on this launch form button. So right click on that and click on assign macro and select the show form. Click on OK, and let's click on launch form to test this application. Let's start entering the details. So Dilip Kumar, date of birth, select this date of birth from here. Male, qualification should be maybe master degree. Mobile 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10, and that is info@datalabs.org, and address New Delhi. Click on submit. Do you want to transfer the data? Yes. Okay, so I think we need to make some modification in ACCDB. Let's okay, and just go to the folder and just double click on this, the database, and let's save this file with mdb. I think the ACCDB is creating problem. So let's file, save as, and let's select this one, save, and copy the path. Okay, mdb, and again we need to make the modification. So let's go to the notepad file, support files here, and that would be here. ACCDB should be mdb. Just copy this. Let's mdb, copy this one, and here mdb. Okay, just copy the entire text string from here, close the notepad file, and go to the Excel here, go to the module, and let's move to the last. Here is the text string. Just delete this file, the strings basically, and paste over here. Debug, compile, that's done. Let's move to Excel and click on launch form. Let's close this, enable contents. Okay, submit. Yes, 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 1. Submit. Yes, now it's done. So the issue was with the extension. So let's move to the MS Access file here, and just delete this one, MS ACCDB, because we are not utilizing that, and just double click on mdb. Open, and now you can see that the details which we transfer from the form is available here. So let's close this and move to the Excel. So friends, it was all about creating a data entry application in Excel and Access. So in this way you can design a complex application, and you can use that application in a shareable environment without worrying about data transferring and all those issues. Hope this video will be useful for you. Please like, share, subscribe, and comment. Have a great day.